Welcome, guys, to Popcorn and Gore Gothic Grindhouse, your source for everything Grindhouse media. I'll be adding another shelf today, so I'm reorganizing everything, getting all my classic horror separated from my action adventure. I do also want to show off some box sets too, also on this particular wheel. Sorry, guys, I haven't been doing a video in a while because I've been watching movies, and you know how I do it predominantly in here. I always do double features. So, guys, click that like button and subscribe if you like what I do. Shout out to all my new members. For y'all guys who just joined, if you didn't just join, click that like button at the bottom, and let's talk about some media. So I'll be going through some of how I reorganize some things, and then I do also have my Mill Creek, like I said, packs up here that I already had lined up. So I'm gonna get those all organized too, and I'm gonna go through step by step of how I show y'all guys how I pretty much got all these all organized and stuff like that. So it's no particular order. I don't do ABC order in here. I just put things in genres in here. So I do have a huge lot that I kind of want to go through. I'm not going to go through this entire shelf because I already had went through it before. I'm just kind of reorganizing it. I just want to kind of show off some box sets because I know I haven't done a video in a while. I just want to let y'all guys know what was going on. And behind each row, I pretty much got everything all set up and lined up. Behind is all my boutique labels, collections from various labels, Severin, Earl, and Vinegar Syndrome, and all kinds of good stuff, and other folks too. Also, got my SRS collection pretty much dominantly already going in. Got my Gore Horror. Right on top of that, we also have Gorgasm, She Kills, Stephen Romero's Shock Festival. Can't go away without that. Channel 13, a horror anthology. Mark and John Ploner. Lights, Camera, Blood, and Splatter Farm. So I just want to kind of go over some other features that I do also have too, also in this particular collection. And then, like I said, I'm going to show off some box sets of some things out of my Mill Creek 50 packs and stuff like that. I also do like a lot of bundled sets. And I want to show off a few of my box sets too also that I didn't really get a chance to do. They will be going on another shelf. This is why I'm adding that on, because it kind of doesn't go in the collection, because if you're showing this, showing that, I decided to just say fuck it, because since I'm reorganizing things, it doesn't really have to make sense to y'all guys what I'm showing, but to me it has to make sense of where I'm putting it. So basically what I'm doing is I'm doing a theme shelf, and this particular theme shelf will be consist of different things I got coming from eBay and off of Amazon. I do have a Night of the Living Dead laser disc coming that I'll be adding to the shelf too also. Collectible from Zombie, some stuff from Doctor Who. It's going to be a very, very nice good collection. I got a bust of Godzilla coming. So I'm really putting this thing together really, really good. So the posters are already up on the wall already. So there's no need to actually do that. Actually, I filled up the wall. I don't really have any more space to put anything on the wall. And as of my Mill Creek 50 packs, pretty much have a large selection of 50 packs according to how I have them set up now. Right behind this, also set up, let's take out sci-fi. I'll just move over sci-fi for this minute. Right behind that are my classic horror genres. Everything that's in my classic horror are my classic Universal monsters, anything from Universal. A lot of stuff from Barbara Steele, Dark Shadows, just about everything is over there. So basically what I'm going to be doing is moving some things around. So while I'm moving some things around, I kind of wanted to separate, because some things are sci-fi horror, so that's why I had to bring out some of my Mill Creek stuff to separate, and then some stuff are classic horror, like what you see here with the Legends of Horror on this one, and you see the Legends of Horror in the background on that particular one, and then on this one you have Lauren Chaney on the front. So all the classic horror is predominantly in this section where it needs to be at. Some sci-fi horror that I'm adding on this particular shelf too. Also, I'll be adding some box sets to this particular shelf and removing them, because these three right here actually go over to my sci-fi shelf. I actually automatically have a sci-fi shelf for all of these, but due to the fact that I'm pulling media off as on my watch list, some things were had to be pulled from my 50 box sets. Because like I said, I do double features in here. Last night we had a nice good feature with Roger Corman. We had actually it was a double feature with Ensemnoid. We had another one too, also by Roger Corman, Forbidden World. And we also had another one too, also Forbidden Empire with the gorgeous and talented female villain, sex exploitation being, because she played in so many films. And man, it was totally awesome last night. She always rocks anyway. Every time I put her on the screen, she's always doing a pretty good job. And like I said, that was last night's feature. Now, from out of here, you would have like a couple of features from out of here. You would have I'm trying to think off the top of my head. You would have the Killer Shrews. You would have so a couple of classics out of the sci-fi classic, basically. And then out of here, you would pick some of the sci-fi fantasy ones out of this one, like the Brother from Another Planet, stuff like that. And you would add that with Teenagers from Outer Space, and you would just go on and on. So basically, you guys see what I'm trying to say. Basically, what I'm trying to say is my sci-fi horror, my sci-fi classics always kind of run hand in hand. Sci-fi classic TV series also goes hand in hand too. Also, that's why I have this on here too, because we got Thriller, I have The Veil, I have just about all the classic TV shows that you would kind of want to watch on different media. And then when it comes to dark crime, dark new war crimes, and dark TV shows, I do also have those two also, which I kind of wanted to show those off too also. Now, behind those ones that were there, if you remove those ones, like I said, it was the Barbara Steele's collection. And then on this particular side, if I was to remove all of these for as the horror, you would get into Dark Shadows and stuff like that. So just to let y'all guys know what I'm predominantly doing. So this is going to be a not a lengthy video, because I know I haven't done a video in a while, like I said, guys, because I've been basically ordering and putting things up on my shelves and trying to get everything all in here before Halloween, because Halloween is a very, very specific time for me, and I kind of want to have the shelf up before Halloween. And I'm going to be doing a massive Halloween wheel, so this is what all this is going to be for. A massive Halloween wheel I'm picking from each genre. Now, I like to show off my Milky collection, so this is why I'm predominantly doing this, to show off, and I throw in a few extras too also that I'm predominantly doing. But for right now, we are at the top of the shelf with these particular classics. So I'll just go over a few since we're right here, since I did have them already set up. So let's move them in the order where they would go to. Okay, so this is predominantly the order that it will go to. So it would be, I'll just show them off one by one. So while we're right here, we have the Universal Classic Horror by Mill Creek Entertainment. And on here, you guys already know predominantly what's inside. I like a lot of the classic stuff in here. I run a lot of stuff from I even got silent films. I run from the 20s all the way up to the 60s. The sweet spot was in between those years of when he had silent film going to motion picture, what they called audio pictured films, where they had, where they added the audio to the moving pictures. So I like a lot of that stuff, okay? So basically, what I'm trying to say. My mind is thinking somewhere else because I got a lot of stuff going on right now. So sorry guys if I feel a little bit choppy and stuff like that, because it's like I'm really trying to get this stuff going on. I got terabytes and terabytes of movies on my computer that I'm really moving across. So far, I've recovered 785 gigabytes of movies that's split in between 7 flash drives. I got media coming. I mean, it's just so much going on. Like I said, I'm just really rushing it, trying to get everything all in. And because, like I said, classic horror to me is my all-time, because this is predominantly how I grew up watching these features. And since I grew up watching them, they became a staple in my collection. And I really, really like to show them all, especially with this right here in the back going up the step. That's a classic shot of Nosferatu, if it was. The real horror starts here. So that's why I always kind of wanted to do this first, to show y'all guys, how everything predominantly works out. And like I said, classic monsters is my thing. Universal is what I kind of grew up on. All right, so next up we have Legends of Horror, of course, with all the legends, just what the title says. You have Boris Karloff, Lon Chaney, just about everybody's on here, Some of the stuff that I do have on here are also extras, because I was sitting here just trying to think as I was going through here. So that I also got things already on here, especially when it comes to Bela Lugosi and Boris Koloff, and a little bit of some stuff I do have of other directors too that are on here. I'm trying to remember some of the ones, maybe some Vincent Price stuff. I do also have separate, but mostly, you know, I just have a lot of good stuff that was on here. So, and I just like to always kind of like go after that, especially when it comes to classic horror. Universal's monsters are where it's at. All right, so I just want to kind of show y'all guys, and that's the Legends collection when they had to search them out. So basically, what I did is I put them like this. They predominantly go like that on that particular shelf. So I just want to show y'all guys how I do put them on the shelf. All right, so what I always do is I always have one that's like a what I call a front cover. So the front cover will be something like that, set up like this as a front cover. You know what I mean? And it will set up predominantly on that one particular side. Now I do also have another one that sits right there in the middle. All right, so that one that sits in the middle here is the Go House Greatest Hits. And on here we have Trip with the Teacher, Blood of Dracula's Castle, Nightmare in Wax, Nightmare of Wax, Terrorize, The Devil's Hand, Stanley, and Blood Manor. And I believe one more too also, Wild Wind of Mondugo. Okay, Satan's Slave. Honduras. And it's jam-packed full of extras. So anyway, that goes right here. So I just want to show y'all guys, just to take out a few to show y'all guys how I pretty much put them in order. So that goes like that. So like I said, I always have a front cover. And that front cover always sets like that. And that kind of moves over like this. And then you would have Bela Lugosi like that on that particular side right there. So when you pull back for a shot, it actually looks like that when it's basically finished. All right, so my classic Universal Monsters was always like a favorite fan of mine because I grew up watching not only the classic monsters, but I had favorites as I was growing up. For me, Bela Lugosi and Koloff was always my favorite. The Wolfman came a little bit later on because I had to kind of get into him, and his character was like moving around so many times because they had, you know, where he came back, Attack of the Wolf Monster. I mean, they were just making remakes after remakes, not on this particular set for Universal, but other ones, B movies. They were doing several ones. Like Al Adamson did one, Dracula versus Frankenstein, his little take on it. So everybody was doing a spin on it, but Universal pretty much had the lock when it came to that because they had the large film sets. They were doing fantastic makeup jobs on these guys. And, you know, it just looks believable, especially with the pyrotechnics and all of the lighting, theatrical, the gadgets that they had. I mean, it really looked badass, especially when The Bride of Frankenstein came out. I mean, it was just like the ultimate, especially with the special effects that's going on. When he got up off the operating table after the guy said, "He's alive, he's alive, it's alive," and then he stands up. Well, he leans up off of the operating table and he puts his hand up. I was like, wow, Bela Lugosi and these two guys here, Boris Koloff, they were like born for the screen. You know what I mean? And there was like mixed roles where they wanted to have him play Frankenstein, but he didn't want to play that. So it was kind of weird. And when it came to the Wolfman, Lon Chaney Jr., he also nailed that too. Also because, you know, he became this staple for just being that. And it seems like nobody else can play anybody else's part, basically what I'm heading down to. Everybody kind of nailed their character and it kind of became where you know what it is. So whenever you sing Bela Lugosi, you know, you would put your arms up like this and you would walk around like you were Dracula. If you saw Frankenstein, you would just put your arms up and you would stumble slowly, and you thought you were Frankenstein. When it came to the Wolfman, you would just howl in the night and put your hands up and walk on your hind legs and you would just sit up and walk around like you are a vampire. When it came to Cher and her character, all she did was move her hair from side to side, but I think she did a pretty much good job. She played in a lot of two other movies when it came to these ones too also. I believe, let me get this one out to show you guys what I'm talking about. Another one of my favorite too also is The Old Dark House. The Old Dark House is predominantly one of the ones that I pretty much, predominantly my go-to. I just love the whole thing. I just love the whole fact that, you know, we got Karloff in here. You know, I mean, you got you know, gorgeous, gorgeous and talented. Plus, I was always a fan of the film because of how it all starts off, you know. And then, like I said, you had Lauren Cheney. Uh, I mean, not Lauren, that's not Lauren Cheney. That's it looks like Lauren Cheney, but it's not. I was thinking another remake. Now, there's another one too that also that I'm thinking about too. Also, Secrets of the Blue Room too. Also, which is another one. There's so many films in my head, guys. So I apologize. I'm just trying to think on that one particular one. But anyway, getting back to the thing, I was always in love with Gloria Stewart, and I thought that it was predominantly badass the way she comes in, and they start off by taking refuge in this damn castle, which they get stuck in the mud, and now they can't go nowhere else. The mudslide falls behind on them. Just like I said, the whole set, the universe just had it nailed down on set B when it came to them doing things like that, and I like the pounding on the door when he goes louder, louder. He goes, I thought that wasn't enough to wake the dead. And I thought that was pretty much badass. So let me show y'all guys in the book. All right, guys, so this is how it looks. This is a Region 2, by the way, too, also. And it's a combo pack, Blu-ray and DVD. And this is the booklet that comes with that. And it's jam-packed full of all kinds of good stuff inside. You know, lobby card posters, more about the cast and crew. I mean, it's a well-informed booklet. I always refer to that. I showed it just about so many times, but this particular time, like I said, that's all I've been doing is classic horror, and I just kind of want to show off a little bit of that too also. And plus, as a bonus, I throw in some box sets. I'll just show a few box sets too also. There's a good shot of Boris Karloff, and there's a documentary on him describing his character and how he pretty much got into it and how they came up with the script. Him at the door as a butler, which was he was a mute butler, and he played a good job too also because Karloff, one thing about Karloff is even if you take his voice from him, his features were his actions. You know, the way how he moved and his features on his face, and that's to me acting. And I just think that these movies these days, they lack that. This is exactly why I always just stick to my classics, and I don't kind of want to just kind of like watch anything else predominantly but my classics. I do like other years too also, but like as far as the 2000s, that's as far as I go. Everything else is kind of like really like kind of like a waste of time of watching. I'm not a streaming person. I'm predominantly a physical media person. Like I said, if I need to see something, I just come up to my room and I pull it off the shelf and start watching it. This is the reason why now we are doing another shelf. And down here is a representation of that because I have to get this organized, in which I'll be down here in a minute to organize all of the boutique labels, and I'll show you guys how I predominantly put them into order when I put them on the shelf. And like I said, we get over to some few box sets and stuff like that. But predominantly classic horror is my thing. All right, so this shot right here with, sorry about the glass, guys, with Gloria Stewart out front, and she is so cute, by the way. I thought that this was like an ultimate, so I kind of want to get a poster of her put on the wall too also. And I like how she plays in this one feature. And I like how the guy says that he put a stipulation on her character the way all she had to do was to sit there and look gorgeous. So that's him coming to the door now. What an iconic shot. I mean, you can just look at his face and see the horror in his eyes. Like I said, you just can't get that anywhere. And I'm just stoked that these movies predominantly these days don't have that. And it's a reason for that because, like I said, these times are come and gone. And what we have is our media to live on. And like I said, for me, I'd rather have the disc. Like I said, again, another good shot of them inside the reservoir as they are welcomed into the house because they just predominantly got there. This shot here was iconic because I thought that when she first encountered, look how she's looking at him. And she's so cute. And the way how she has those looks. And she's looking at him like he's the hottest thing on this earth. And she is just ready to run out of that bitch. Screaming like Banshee. I don't know if y'all know where that came from, but that's what happened when you watch too much classic horror. So anyway, look how she's looking at him. and it's like the fright of horror. Like she's trying to get over how hideous he looks. And like I said, he captured that. They both were made for the screen. This is exactly why I went through this book first. All right, so this shot here was iconic too. Also, that lady who was a gypsy also was a favorite character of mine. I like the fact when she was in the Wolfman, she came and picked him up, and she told him that she was going to pray with him, and then she would return him back. He wouldn't have to be haunted by the curse anymore. I thought that was kind of funny when that came out, and I thought that it was pretty cool. And on Bride of Frankenstein, she was the one saying, "I hope they be murdered in their bed." And she, it's no good. And she told him to come away from there, but he fell down in a hole, and that's how Frankenstein actually got there. And later on, and when this came along, they found out that there was an underground passage where Frankenstein's laboratory was down that way, so they kind of went through there to pick it up. Thought it was pretty cool. If you look at the outfit that Gloria Stewart has on, I mean, this almost like it mesmerizes you. And he said he wanted her to look like a white ghost, and she damn sure did. And I thought that was very, very badass of him to actually have her dressed up like that, which was pretty cool. Just want to show y'all guys just a couple of pictures from out of the book. Nothing special, and then we'll get on to some of the lobby cards that they did have on here. And I thought that this shot was iconic too. And when he had to carry Morgan upstairs, I thought that was pretty much badass. Totally awesome. There's some of the lobby cards, which were also badass too also. And then on to some of the poster galleries that they would have for the lobby cards and stuff like that, which is also badass. So yeah, guys, this thing is there's the poster bill for the actual Old Dark House, and you would seen this all over the place. That one that's on the left hand side is I want to get that actually on my wall. So that's what I'll be looking to upgrade next, and I have predominantly on my wall as a staple to the classic horror, which was totally badass, especially for those particular times, because you had it where everybody was kind of like maneuvering around and doing their own special take on what they liked on horror. Hopefully that glare is off a little bit. So yeah, Old Dark House, guys, which is my favorite, and there's one of the directors there. All right, guys, so moving on. So some of these I went over already, so I'll just go over a little bit more. First of all, let me show you this. I like double features, so let me show y'all this, guys, before we start. The Grindhouse Double Shock Show, Carnival of Blood, and The Undertaker and His Pals was my all-time favorite. Gruesome beyond belief. Like I said, it just kind of inspired me to do different things, and from that, I ended up starting to do a different category as far as how I put them in, and because there's other things that go with this too. Also, there's Malatesta's Carnival of Blood. There's also Herschel Gordon Lewis film of Wizard of Gore and Blood Feast, and I run all that on a major wheel. So y'all guys know me in here. I like double features. I like to pair other films up with other films, and just like how you run a drive-in. And because of my love for the drive-in, this is why I actually do all of this. And thank y'all guys for all y'all support, and thank you all for my new subscribers for checking me out and liking what I do. Don't forget, guys, click that like button and subscribe if you like what I do. And if you want to talk about some movies, leave me some comments at the bottom, and we'll talk about some favorite classic Universal monsters of yours that you predominantly liked, and what kind of characters you did have on your wall when you were a kid. Because when I was a kid, I didn't really have any classic posters on my wall of any of the Universal stuff. I mainly had like other monsters on my collection wall, stuff that were like imported stuff, like and like zombie and shit like that. Like I had stuff like that on the wall. Like Universal didn't come to me until like the late 80s that I started to gravitate towards it. And it wasn't because I didn't like it. It was just because that for me everything had its own time. And I think during that particular time, I just kind of wanted zombies, and like I said, I'm an independent film director myself, directing my own film featured called Uncharted, my love for this whole entire genre basically comes from everything that you see here on the shelf. Like I said, that's exactly why I started off with the classics first, because when you're saying classic horror, to me, this is how I predominantly got it started. So, and Dark Shadows was always my staple that I would go to. So let me show y'all guys a little bit of what it's behind here. And I got these all set up and organized. We started off at Gore House Greatest Hits, so we have the Corpse Grinders, we have Bloody Orgy Sea Devils, we have the Blancheville Monster, we have Messiah of Evil, Castle of Blood, Ghosts, Terror Creatures from the Grave, She Beast, Nightmare Castle, Corpse Grinders 2, Metamorphosis, and then over here we have the Dark Shadows collection. And then, of course, my Dracula collection on the end, which I did started off having that first, so we moved that over. So right next to my Dark Shadows, because I always have it. So right now I had started off on this particular one, collection 24. I started off on another one too, also, which was a little bit before that. Just to bring out a few. Sorry about the glare, guys, but I'm trying to keep the glare off. And I'm a huge fan of Dark Shadow. I pretty much got the whole damn collection. I just had to only put a few of them up here because I had to have room for other things. But just to show y'all a few. So check out my reviews, guys. I'm gonna do another one too, also on the total collection of the Dark Shadows, because I haven't really done that in a while. So I think I'll be able to do that. And then also my favorite, especially when them two teamed up. Yeah, it was totally awesome. So I'll do another review on that. So and then we got my Addams Family, and then we got some of my Gene Rowland stuff over there. So just to show y'all guys how I predominantly got everything all set up and organized. And she's looking pretty good for that particular shelf. And now we're head down to the second shelf. All right, guys, so we're down at the second shelf now. So basically behind here, they got the Earls. So let me move some of these out of the way so I can show y'all guys how I did have some of them set up. Okay, so I know I got media predominantly everywhere. It's just like a total mess right now. And it may seem like a mess to y'all guys, but to me, it's organization, because I actually got them already set up the way I want to set them up. And some of these actually go to another shelf, which is on the other side, and we'll get to that shelf on another video. But right now I'm working on this particular shelf because this is the boutique label shelf, to where I had to move some things around. Some things come out, some things come back in. As new media come in, they get put in genres. Like I say, if I bought another Earl, it would go in the Earl section. If it was part of this genre, though. See, that's the thing. So it can't be something that's like action in this section because it's Earl. Doesn't work like that in my section. A lot of people do have it like that, where they say, all right, this is nothing but Earl on this particular shelf, and that's fine. But to me, I haven't have it in genres. As you can see how well the genres are set up. You say it's Children of the Corn, Bloody Birthday, Melitasis Carnival of Bloods. This is horror, so it's anything else in this collection but horror from Earl. Okay, because I do have other Earl stuff in here that's on the other side. That's Sex Exploitation, which is on the Sex Exploitation side because it's Earl. And the name of that feature is called, I think it's called, I have to remember what the name of that one is called. But it's a nice, good treat. Oh, yeah, Toys Are Not for Children. That's what it's called. And it's by Earl, by the way. So, yeah. So, so I had showed off the last time my Tales from the Dark Side collection. Just going over a few that I had already. Terror Creatures from the Grave was paired up with this one right here. Sorry about the glare, guys. Trailer Park of Terror. And then, and on and on and on and on. So, basically, they're in their order. Just to give y'all guys a slow turn to show y'all guys how they were. They were all set up. Now, I love that slip cover on Burial Ground, which is totally badass. I will be upgrading my Night of the Living Dead too. Also, this is my Cretan collection Blu-ray. I have it so many copies of it. I got the George Tom Savini's cut 1990. I got the 50th anniversary. I mean, just about on and on and on. I even got it on VHS. So I have a lot of copies of Night of the Living Dead because that's my actual favorite film. That's the film that actually got me installed and predominantly into making films because of my love for George Romero. Now, I have other directors too that I love, Roger Corman, Al Adamson, but Romero was always my favorite. I always kind of idolized him, and because of his style and the way he filmed, I was like, man, when I first saw this, I was like, that's it, man. I got to do me. I got to do a movie, man. I can't just sit back and just watch this dude that's having too much fun with all the camera movements. It's like, what the fuck? And it's kind of crazy because I did find an old house, and I'm filming it in now. It's called Uncharted, so I can't wait to finish that. So right now I have a couple of scenes already. I may do a trailer review for Halloween. I actually get that already ready. Actually, I got the trailer ready right now, so it's just ready in time for Halloween. So I'll premiere it on this channel too. Also, guys, don't forget to click that like button, subscribe if you like what I do, and get ready for some new features. We got the Zombie 2 Dish Ultimate Edition. Love that slip cover. And there's others too also that I did have in here too. Also, like I said, there's Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. There are Anthropophagus, aka the Grim Reaper. Creepshow 2. I have all the Creepshows, by the way. This one is another favorite of mine too. Also, City of the Living Dead, Slithers, ReArranged, double combo pack with Don't Open the Door and Don't Look in the Basement, and on and on and on and on. So the ones that I do have out predominantly going to another section, those featured films were moved over here for a reason, because I think I was going to move them into another genre, which I do have. So they'll be set up back to where they are. Usually every Halloween I run Shock Festival wheel, and I play a lot of out of stuff from off of here. I do also have my own wheel that I ran to also. It runs for about 3.5 hours. What I did is I composed a whole bunch of trailers all together, and they're all from the IMD site, and I just run them every Halloween along with the Munsters and all the other kind of stuff like that. So, and Addams Family Values, Dark Shadows. I mean, I just have just about everything rolling. But this year I want to go cult horror, and the first thing I'm gonna be pulling out is my VHS stuff. So this is what's going on right now, and this is how I got things all organized and put up and ready to go. Now, right behind here, don't forget Channel 13, or Horror Anthology. Shout out to Mark and John Polona. I do like a lot of that stuff too. Also, I've saw the documentary on how they started, and the way they started is kind of the way everybody started. We had a VHS and we started making little stop animation stuff, especially when we got our camcorder. Then we started making little movies, and next thing you know, little movies turned into recording, and next thing you know, recording turned into me being a film director. I kind of knew this was going to happen anyway. This is why I have my own recording studio. I have just about everything I need here to publish a featured film, and have some of the baddest cameras involved, and along with the lenses. And I have the most ultimate house that I'm filming in, which is totally badass, because the house is creepy in itself. And I don't want to say too much, but I'm pretty much proud of my projects. And don't forget, guys, click that like button and subscribe if you like what I do. And we're going to get into some other things too also, because I think this shelf is predominantly ready. And I just want to show off a couple of features of box sets that I do have available now. Behind here, I'll move this out of the way to show y'all some Severance stuff and Vinegar Syndrome that I do have already set up. Blue Underground. Dark Sky Films, just Shout Factory, just about everybody's over here, and just coming closer to show you guys some of the titles that I do have already set up already. Now, this Malatesta's Carnival of Blood goes with the one I had set up here, so I'll move that up there. So that goes with that one. So that one right there, them two always are together as a double feature. And Malatesta's Carnival of Blood and Carnival of Blood are my go-to when it comes to things like that. And after that, I started getting into expanding the wheel. I call them wheels. And as I expand them, you would see more stuff like that. Like you would see the Corpse Grinders. And, Tevye Michaels would come in, because Tevye Michaels is my next film director that I'm always kind of interested in. So that would be in that section where the Earl stuff is. And then as you go along and you move that out of the way, you get across to all the Christmas stuff, which I already pretty much had already set up to also Black Christmas, Silent Night, Deadly Night, Part 1, Part 2, Night of the Demons, Shadow Dead Riot. I mean, just about all the stuff is over here. The stuff, Puppet Master, Bunny Man Massacre, Cabin Fever, all the good stuff, all the good cannibal cult classics, along on the other side with Friday the 13th and all the rest of the stuff. So it's basically already put together up. And once I back out all these, I'll start moving them over to the second wheel. So now I'm just going to show off some box sets. And let's get ready, guys. Don't forget, click that like button and subscribe if you like what I do. As an added bonus, I'll show some other box sets just on this one featurette. Alright, guys, so this is the box set review. So I have them already set out already. So this is some of the ones that I'm going to be showing off to you. Also the box sets, just a few that I didn't get a chance to show from my last review. These are some of the ones that I'm pretty much proud of. All these particular box sets have good things inside that I predominantly like. And as I look at them, it's so much going on with them. So I want to just deep dive into each and every one of them to show y'all guys how I predominantly put them on the shelf, especially when it comes to the Dark Noir cinema. I have another shelf. This is the reason why. Basically, some of these ones, like these, go on the shelf. These are going to go on a new shelf, and they're going to have their own genre where I'm going to be putting them on and facing them. Like this whole shelf is going to take up 2 shelves right here. Well, this whole set is going to take up 2 shelves, and because I have other media too. I have almost 700 movies when it comes to Dark Noir cinema. I've been collecting Dark Noir cinema since 2015. I've been collecting sci-fi since I was a kid. And action adventure and all that kind of good stuff always comes along, as well as you can see all of my VHS in the background. All of these featured films not only has a staple in my collection, but they're going to be part of the new shelves now. And those new shelves are going to take on not only a new look, but it's going to take on a new theme and be accompanied by other things too, also like several different media figurines, dolls, and all sorts of stuff that's going to be kind of around them that they're going to take place, and they're going to look not only badass, but they're going to look predominantly nice on camera. It's gonna look nice when I do take some pictures that have them on camera. So let's go ahead on and get into the first one already. We're gonna start off with the Gilmore Girls collection. Now the Gilmore Girls collection, because I didn't get a chance to review that last time, so this is the collection, and starts from 1. Get a little close up, show you guys. Look. So it's basically 7 in the collection. It's an awesome collection, awesome box. It's nicely done, nothing cheap. The way it looks. Each one of them are color coded. I'll just take out one to show you guys how that looks. I think it's pretty badass too. Also, the way how these girls are all set up and everything is all ready to go with these girls. And I haven't watched the whole series yet because I'm doing other things. But that's exactly why I kind of wanted to highlight it to show you guys, exactly what's going on. And so far, I'm loving it. So yeah, so I just had to review it because I just never done a review on it. And majority's are already on. If you go down and click, guys, I did my favorites binge watch TV series. So guys, check out that video too, also on my available channel. If you're on Facebook, guys, check me out at Terror from the Basement, where I have good double features and triple features rolling every night. Like I said, last night was geared towards the Phantom Planet, and along with another feature to also Phantom with Lost World, I believe. And then tonight it will be back to Universal. Dracula's House of Dracula, and I believe Dracula's Daughter plays tonight. So that's going to be a nice, good double feature. Can't wait for that one again because it was actually so badass last time. And then we'll be going our way back around with other stuff too. Also, like a little bit of Greta Garbo is going to be playing. Then we're going back over to some Dark Noir with Lana Turner and Sarandon, Joan Crawford. I mean, we just kind of get into it. And then when it comes to sci-fi, we're back over to the Ray Harryhausen set. Clash of the Titans. It's going to be along with They Came From Outer Space. I mean, this all kinds of stuff is going to be going on. So yeah, the Gilmore Girls, and I'll show y'all some of the ones that's in the collection. So this is collection 1. This is collection 2. It's totally badass on the artwork too also. And so I know y'all guys want to kind of see inside just a little bit, so I'll go inside just a little bit on one. Just to show y'all guys a little bit. And like I said, it's a beautiful collection. The artwork booklet is nice too because it gives you a brief, synopsis on all of what's going on with the girls, chapter menus and stuff like that, and you'll be able to read what's going on. And the transfers are excellent when it comes to having them all put on there. So like I said, it's an ultimate set, and I believe that all the ones that do and right here behind the artwork, I think that was totally badass too because it had it where they had all of the people behind, which made it even more impossible to actually look at. Yeah, so like I said, it has the artwork behind. I'm trying to get the glare off to show y'all about some of the cast and stuff like that. So like I said, it's an ultimate set. I didn't get a chance to review it, so now I'm doing it now. So yeah, guys, ultimate. Set, the way how it comes all together. All right, that was collection 2. This is collection 3. Totally badass. Inside of this one too also. Let's just show y'all guys. It's also pretty cool. Book is artwork. Is full of features. Here's a closer shot. Like I said, I totally enjoyed it. Like I said, I haven't seen it all yet, but I just wanted to review it because I haven't really seen anybody reviewing it yet. So not that I've seen it anyway, but I just wanted to get deep dive and show you guys how it looks and some of the good stuff about it. And that's collection 4. This is collection 5. It's totally awesome. They go with the color-coded themes too also. So how they would have it already dolled out, which makes the ultimate sense to have it done that way. As characters are introduced, they will have their face on the back artwork. I just like how they got back artwork along with the DVD artwork, along with the booklet artwork. They really artwork this thing up. This is what I'm talking about having a collection. So this is why I had to do a review on this, because I was like, wow, let me do a review on this because I haven't done a review on it. Like I said, I haven't seen the whole thing yet, but I am totally into it because right now I'm watching Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and along with other things too. Also, I have a huge collection of stuff that I haven't really got into yet. So it's just tough to try to watch everything because you're trying to do as much as you can when it comes to that because you really have it to where you see everything that's going on, and I just thought it was nice at least to have some things where you see predominantly what's going on with the set. And I think in this particular session, this lives up to the hype of a box set. What I'm basically hitting to, but Yeah, like I said, totally awesome. And like I said, they got it color coded with the booklet too, also, which is totally badass. So, guys, thank y'all for all y'all likes and comments and stuff like that. So, I like it the way y'all sending me all kinds of messages. Like I said, if you're on my Facebook site, don't hit me up at Turf in the Basement, and I'd love to have you in my Channel 13 group. And if you know some movies that you like or some box sets that you like, and this is not all my box sets, guys, because I know y'all guys are, oh, you have this, you have the. I have a lot of box sets, and I'm only doing what I want to show at this particular time. So right now, this particular time, it's just these the other ones I wanted to show, because I didn't show them individually like this before. What I did was, especially those ones in the back, those three I think I did, and these two I definitely did. Like I said, it's on the thing, it's on my wheel on this particular site. If you go down and you scroll to where it says my binge watch TV classic series, all those are on there. And I think I've done the Golden Girls. Everybody's on there. So the Gilmore Girls also were on there too, which I think I remember that I have done before. But like I said, I just wanted to just highlight it again to show y'all guys exactly what was going on with that. And then there's the shot of this one, particular one. Like I said, it's a box set collection for real. And here's what's on the back of this one. It's one of the girls. Totally awesome. Now, moving on to, because that will be Gilmore Girls. And the box set lid too also is nice too. I'll just cock it on the side to show y'all guys what it looks like. So what I do is this on the inside, that's what it looks like. It does have all the girls all the way around on all each side. If y'all guys are into that, it does have the logo on the top, Gilmore Girls. So what I do is I'll set it over here, and I would put that like that. So that goes right on top. I like how it goes down automatically by itself. I thought it was so badass. Now, on some of my VHS too, also I do have a lot of the old school VHS, as y'all guys can see it on that side right there. I know I'm showing a lot of media, but I had just organized those the week before, just to show y'all guys how they came out, and they were actually pretty good too. Also, the other shelves have other media too, also that I'm gonna be doing. Also, another shelf tour on up the top, and then across to the other side. So I have tons of media already organized already. It's kind of like how the other side is of what I have already set up. I don't know if y'all guys can see that, but that's already set up. I have that already set up on that particular side right there for Golden Girls. I will be redoing that shelf too over. But for now, we're going to get into, you guessed it, my all-time favorite, Agent 88. He says Agent 88 is in Hong Kong. He's in Hong Kong? So why are we talking about Hong Kong? I don't know. You brought up Agent 6. He said, 86? What are you talking about? So who's 99? Look, when you run into her, he says, just say, New York Mets win doubleheader. He says, I'd like to see that. So I always was a fan of Barbara Feldon and Maxwell Smart, of course. Get Smart. Grew up watching this. This is the all-time collection. One of my favorites. And as the credits are rolling, you hear the film score, and then all of a sudden he goes through the double doors, he goes to the telephone booth, and then he disappears out of the telephone booth, and it goes damn. So this is all of the collection inside. It's beautifully done. Then you have all the seasons inside. I just want to show y'all guys predominantly how they look. So you got seasons 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 already set up, predominantly already. So I'll take out one to show y'all guys how it looks. So okay, guys, out of the set, I took out the second season, so I can show y'all how it predominantly looks. And on the front, you have Max and you have Barbara Felton. And on the inside, it has it where they have the, because everything's like top secret and stuff like that. So you have the little top secret folder, and you have the little fold out. I mean, they make it look like it's really, really top secret information because this is like how it is. You know, they're saying that this whole kit is top secret. You couldn't divulge any information without getting caught by control. And the Chaos agents are always looking to stop control because they want to find out what their espionage situations are and how they plant their spies in different areas. And I just thought it was a great cover up, and I just thought that they could never find out about their agents, and sometimes they did, especially on season 2 where they actually made they kidnapped the chief and all that kind of good stuff like that. And I mean, it was just, and they had him for ransom, and they were rationing him off, and it was kind of crazy. And then another guy, like on this particular session right here, and that's another thing how they got it on skits too, also where him and Barbara, they went fishing, and then him at 98, they went fishing, and they predominantly caught a villain. Then he also was involved with a diamond smuggler, him, and it was also pretty cool. Then the chief was on the phone trying to save his own self because he was being ransomed off. So it's like a lot of skits that were going on that I predominantly like over the show. You know, it's a nice good breakdown of what you see on each season. The cards were all awesome. And like I said, I had this set for a while. I just decided to do a review on it. I have others too, but this is what I wanted to do so far as my review to try to get as much as this set is contains as we go into this particular box set. And then there's another agent too. Also, he was supposed to have been on vacation, but he ended up doing extra work, and they always put him inside of crazy stuff like a sofa. One time he was in a locker. The next minute he was in a mailbox. I mean, he goes everywhere, you know, and he's trying to put in for retirement, but 86 is like, he needs him out there, you know, in the field. And his job was to protect him in 99 so that way they could take down Chaos. This is KOAS signing off. So that's the first thing that you will see on season 2, and they all are like this too. Each one of these ones inside here are like that too. Like I said, I just like the way the box is because it's like ultimate collection. And then what you do, you just fold it out, and as you're folding it out, it just keeps folding out and folding out and folding out, and you have all of the disc inside. And another thing too also is that each season are color coded to where the car that he's driving matches the color of the season. So this is orange, so he'll be driving a orange car. And then there's 99. And yeah, this is like totally badass. So we're getting to others. And then as it's wrapping up, you hear the then they close the door of the phone booth. He disappears in the phone booth. And it goes and then he disappears. It's ultimate set. Complete series. It's a heavy set too also. Has all the stuff all the way around. It's totally badass. It's one of my favorites. I have a lot of box sets in here, but I just want to show off some of the ones that I like to have to show y'all guys in the collection, because I know I haven't really done a video in a while, just to have some media content up. And plus, like I said, while I'm rearranging things, I just kind of wanted to take the time out to show off a few of these box sets. Now we're going to be getting to the Waltons next. Everybody kind of grew up watching the Waltons. I'm predominantly a fan of the show. And to me, I think a box set is a box set when it contains all of stuff that's kind of good and wholesome that you grew up watching when you were small. You know, I didn't never like MASH, so the Waltons was my thing more than anything else, and then a couple of others too also, like I Dream of Jeannie, all stuff like that. So I have predominantly all the box sets of what they were and how they came out to be, like, you know, box sets of box sets. So, but the Walton, and this is the close-up of the Walton collection. complete series. And we'll take out some of the two. And this is how we would take them out. I have them that way for a reason, because I want to show y'all the artwork on the back of the family. Try to get some of the glare off. This is totally badass too. Also, thick bundles, beautifully done. A awesome part of the collection. And then this is collection 1 through 5. There's the other one with all of them together. It's totally badass. It's a pretty much heavy box set too also. And this is collections 6 through 9. Seasons 1 through 9. So yeah, just to show y'all guys a little bit of what's in the collection. Just the chapters, I mean, nothing special, along with the disc. And they have them compacted up pretty good. They got all of them lined up here, so you'll just see what you're looking for here, and then you just select through the accordion. And all of them are colors, so that way you won't get mixed up on what season you're on. So you can say, oh, I'm on blue. What blue? Sky blue, dark blue, royal blue, green, teal, forest blue, sky blue. Shit. They got just about every kind of color you would name in this set. Total badass of a set. You know, like I said, the Waltons were my go-to growing up, and I just thought that it would be a all-time spectacle to show off some of the ones that I do have. And then I may go over to the shelf and show y'all a few more others too that are in my favorite box set series, but predominantly this is what we're working with for right now. Okay guys, so I brought out more box sets out of this whole entire kit and caboodle. I thought that it would be a little bit more lightning to bring out just a few more box sets. Now I do also have some other ones too, also King of Queens, stuff like that, Girlfriends, Quantum Leap, other ones that are in the box set too also. So we're going to start off with Xena, the Warrior Princess, out of the box set. So I want to get her all missing and dolled out of the series. So, okay, so as we have Xena, this is her collection here. As you can see, she has 6 seasons. It's beautifully well done. I like the artwork too also. I'm a huge fan of Xena, the Warrior Princess. And I also do have stars, other stuff too, also Spartacus, stuff like that. But right now I'm just doing box sets. So I just wanted to do a box set madness review. Decided to just bring out some more. And this is the other one of her all dolled up in her outfit. Okay, so this would take out one or the entire set from out of the collection. And then this would be 3. All right, so we have number 6, Xena. Then we have number 5. Then we have number 4. Number 3. Talk about nostalgia and memories. I remember when we used to run home from school and watch these. Xena was always on, along with Hercules. I do also have Hercules too. Also, I shut it off on a different one for him and Xena. Right now we got a huge amount of box sets, and this is season 1. Okay, so then we have the entire Xena. move them around. Put Xena back. All right, so now we're moving on. Let's do Gilligan's Island next. So Gilligan's Island was my favorite too also. I love Gilligan, love the professor, love Marianne, love the whole cast. We used to always like start off with watching a lot out of predominantly this series. Like I say, I'm still on number one. I've seen them all, but I'm still on number one, season one. And because it's my favorite. You know, one is always going to be your favorite out of the whole lineup, especially when it just starts off. You know, it starts off with one, of course, but you know it's always becoming your favorite because you know it's classic and it's in black and white before it changes over to color, which is very very spectacular too also. And let's go inside and check it out. And there's the box. It looks pretty cool. All right, so we have first season. And on the inside too, it also comes with the chapter menu fold out along with the cards, and it has a big poster of all the cast and stuff like that. Transfer is just excellent. I mean, it's just total badass. I like how they got the little thing too that reminds you of a little bar, the little you know, plants, stuff that they used to live in, little huts and stuff that they were living in. So it became like I said, it's one of my favorite TV shows. And I thought that I better do a highlight again on the series. And it's just 2. Second season. Another, again, the booklet is pretty awesome. Transfer is excellent again. And it's green because they started to live off the land. So the first one you see kind of sky blue because they were in out of the water. And a lot of people didn't know that. But yeah, they kind of color coded towards the way how they were feeling as going in towards different seasons. So right now, this was part of the water because that's why it's blue. I'll bring it back out to show y'all guys. And they were castaways. Well, they ended up castaways, but they started off on the water by getting lost. So wouldn't it better to show the water first? And then as you graduate into the season, they started to live off the land. This is why it's green. Well, the island. This is why it's green. And then they started to just make the whole place a house in the 3rd season. So as you can see, it's all dolled up. Let me show y'all what I mean by the script and even the booklet. Yeah, if I can get my hands on it. Okay, here we go. All right, there we go. So this should show y'all guys a photo out of it. You know, it's just that same factor, you know. And as you can see, they sort of sold their oats and had everything all predominantly set up. And a lot of coconuts and stuff like that. So you can tell it's almost resembling them making their standpoint on the land. And not bad at all. Okay, Gilligan's Island. And that's number 3. So guys, don't forget, click that like button to subscribe if you like what I do. And let's talk about some stuff that you grew up watching when you were a kid. So yeah, moving on now. So now we're going to be going over to I Dream of Jeannie. I Dream of Jeannie, I love her because it's an all-time favorite. And, you know, I like when she's in her bottle and she's all wild. And she gets out of her bottle and she's into all kinds of mischief and stuff like that. And Major Healy, he's just like, you know, he found this gorgeous Jeannie. And I just fell in love with Jeannie. I mean, I just thought that she was always available. This is exactly why I have those 3 together. I always do Bewitched and Teenage Sabrina Witch. Also have all of them always together when I do run them because it's like my Genie package, stuff like that. So yeah, so my I Dream of Jeannie was just like my ultimate. And like I said, the collection is pretty badass. I like the way how everything, predominantly looks out. They got them all. This are color coded too, also, so you know which dish you're on. I don't want to take them out because I actually had them in order. This will show y'all guys how I have them in order, because I have them in watch list of how I watch. Oh yeah, and there's a chapter of each different season, so that you know that you're on the outside, which I thought was pretty cool. It needs an update. I believe it's probably going to get a Blu-ray. It's probably already on Blu-ray now, which I'll be ordering that also. It's kind of almost in the same tray as Good Times and Sanford and Son, where they just out loose this. So this is the season I'm on right now. So I have to spin it around, show you guys. So that's what season I'm on now. And I have them all in order according to how I have them watch lists. So will I be upgrading that to Blu-ray? Maybe. We will see. All right, so moving up next, we have Bewitched. Beautifully done too, also. Complete season series. And hers is on a big gigantic fold out, so yeah, so you just kind of take it up like that, and then it parts in two parts like that, and it reminds you of an old classic, set, which is what you're supposed to have. And then on each one, it has a little chapter card on each one of Bewitched, and on the other one, they have this, the photo of there's the little girl, Samantha. There's Darren. There's his mother. And there's Samantha's mother. So her and Darren. And they's always into some missions. I mean, it's pretty thick box set. I mean, you got a lot on this side and you got a lot on that side. I mean, it's just pretty thick. And there's the card fold out of how everything's supposed to look for the complete series. And chapter breakdowns in case you get lost, because you will get lost, especially on this particular collection. I remember one time I was messing around and forgot which disc I was on, and ended up having to almost watch the same disc over and over again. Almost watched the whole disc over again, but I actually found out that my player remembers when you put it in, so it remembers where I left off at before. And then it asked me did I want to start over. That's how I knew that I was finished the disc, because if the dish already stopped already, why should I be starting over? So, because normally it won't say that. It will say, it will just register as a new disc coming into the player. Yeah. So, all right. So, we're moving on to Sabrina the Teenage Witch, which is another one of my favorites. I love the cat. I love the complete show, and I think she's kind of cute. The cat is badass. Just totally badass. I just want to kind of go through these, show y'all guys, what I like about the show, and while she's a staple in my collection, and predominantly all the time, I pretty much watch Sabrina. And so, like I said, it's a gorgeous box set, and it has all of the bells and whistles inside that you would normally have. Chapter menus on the side, so it's nice, and transfer is excellent. They got them in order properly. Only my thing is that I just wish that they had color coded all of this. At least made it the color of pink. They should have made them like this color pink here, with the sky blue writing on the side. And they could have had put her and the cat on some of these discs, because this just looks kind of plain for the disc. I just think they should have had put some animation on the disc and made them color coded, like how Genie and all the rest of them are. That's the only thing. But this is my little way of just nitpicking just a little bit, but I think that's this way. I think Sabrina deserves that, and I think she needs to be on Blu-ray too, by the way. So I hope she gets a Blu-ray release. Yeah. So next up, this is going to be a lengthy live, I tell you that. This one's going to be really long. So I better move. Yeah, I got it right. I had it right because I'm going around in a circle. So I'm trying to do it where the glare doesn't be on too much. So I have to reduce the glare. All right, so Laverne and Shirley, rest in peace to Cindy Williams. Just passed away a while back, and she's gone off to be with Penny Marshall and TV Land Heaven. So I did a tribute to them on my Facebook page. So if y'all guys on Facebook, check me out at Terror from the Basement. I did a tribute to Laverne and Shirley, one of my favorite skits that I had pulled out. I have a lot of Laverne and Shirley in here. I actually do have the first media that they put out on the first, when they were individual. Now this is the complete series, which is my favorite too. Also, I sort of gravitated towards it because it was one of the ones that I wanted to have in my collection, and I'm a fan of the show. Every time I watch the show, though, I end up wanting pizza. So it's like, it was kind of weird. So I'm like always eating pizza after all the time I watch this particular show, which I think it's funny because, hey, why not? Pizzas and anchovies. That's all we need, right? And that'll get us started. All right, so next up we have, which I'll take the sleeve off of it, we have Hogan's Heroes. Complete collection, one of my favorites. Like I said, I'm not a fan of MASH, but I love Hogan's Heroes. I have others too, which I will do those sets at a later time. But right now, I just want to show the stuff that's getting on the new shelf. So all the stuff is going to be on a new shelf, and it's going to be reorganized. So I just wanted to just go through it and show how, I have them organized. And the same thing with this. I hope this gets a Blu-ray release, and they should have color coded to this too also. But so far, the complete collection is pretty much badass, and the transfer is damn sure excellent. Like I said, I had all these for a while. All these sets for a while. I just kind of wanted to just go over some of the ones. Like I said, it's going to be on a new shelf, and I know this is separate from horror, but hey, I'm reorganizing my collection, so I decided to just, since they were all out, to just show y'all what's going to be reorganized in the collection. But my Blu-rays are going to be actually at the top on some of the ones too. Also, that's going to be on the side too. Also, there's another one that's on that side, which is also organized too. Also, along with my remotes, and set 2 bays for my remotes. So everything is already pretty much reorganized. We got the sci-fi fantasy section on that particular side, with a lot of stuff that used to come on sci-fi on that side, and along with all the rest of the stuff, the media that's going on the inside of there. So yeah, like I said, I do have some other box sets over here, Quantum Leap, but like I said, I get to all those on a different side of the media, and I have tons and tons of box sets from just about all the stuff that you could imagine. And I do also have Westerns too, which I will get to that because Westerns does have its own section, and I will be getting to that next. But like I said, all these are going to be on the new shelf and going to be rearranged at the bottom. They do have their own section where they're going to be going into at, and that new section contains a lot of stuff that are from the classic TV show series, because this is what we're talking about now. Guys, don't forget, click that one at the bottom if you want to see my entire review of my entire binge watch of classic TV shows. So check that out if you are interested. Didn't show this one yet, so I think I'm better at this particular time. Let's move Gilligan over a little bit. Okay, so now we have Gomer Pyle, which is kind of funny because I'm not a huge fan of Gomer Pyle, but at the end, I started to like him because, like I said, I like the Colonel because they were all stupid. And I just thought that he was just getting him in trouble all the time. And then I just thought that Shazam! And then next thing you know, he's doing something stupid, and he's just like fucking up the army, and it's just. And it always used to come on because they would run this, they would run MASH, and they would run Get Smart. It was always the same shit when it came to programming on the TVs back in the early 80s. So I just thought I'd just highlight that, and then I'll just show y'all what's on the inside of the collection. I do have the fold out because it does have a sleeve too also, but I have that downstairs next to Roseanne. Transfer is excellent too also on all of them. Beautifully done. We'll see if this gets a Blu-ray release along with this and the A-Team. Well, we'll see. Probably, maybe, or thinking about it. I don't know. They may be trying to put that together. All right, so my other classic one, which I do like a lot, was my favorite. Is Married with Children. This thing is hilarious. I just every time I put this in, I just crack up, and it's just totally awesome. As far as a box set series collection, it does offer a lot more than anything else. Um, I do have others, which I'll bring them out just a few seconds. All right, so we were on Married with Children. So I do also have uh, the '70s show too, also along with Batman. And then, like I said, up here on this particular shelf, because those were already in order already, King of Queens. Like I said, with Girlfriends, Quantum Leap, Witchblade, Mork and Mindy. I do they will because they already set, they already in order already. These are going to go onto the secondary shelf. Such a lot of box sets, a lot of box sets, a lot of box sets. So anyway, getting back to my favorite, this one was like my all-time show. Every time I pop this in, this is hilarious. So it's 262 episodes of hilariousness, if you can get what I mean. I mean, this show when it first came out, I binge watched the fuck out of it. So guys, don't forget, click on my binge watch list, so guys, so you can see. Actually, this shot right here is on the profile shot. So when you see this shot right here, you know which one the video to click on. It actually says it. It says my binge watch classic TV series. So let's click on that and watch for more reviews on my take of the classic box set series. Because I don't want to kind of go over that again because it took me so long, a long time to actually look at that, say that. The '70s show, which was one of my favorites also. I was always in love with Donna. Donna was pretty badass. And I thought the show rocks. And it is definitely '70s for real. I actually like it. It's totally badass. Complete series. And then we have Batman, which I'll take out of his box. It just looks like this on the inside of it when you take it out, actually. Yep. So yeah. So this is a lot of box sets that I bought out, but like I said, all of them were in that side of that particular season. So yeah, a lot of box sets, a lot of box sets, a lot of box sets. So I hope y'all guys enjoyed my video. Just wanted to have something up for y'all guys to check out. Like I said, I'm reorganizing my entire collection shelf for this particular shelf, shelf number 3. And shelf number 3 is going to be my memorabilia as far as my classic TV series. The classic horror is going on top of the other shelf. I'll come back to that. That's why I showed y'all that first, because my main thing was to show all the box sets, because this is where we are now with me featuring more box sets. And I think I did a pretty much bang up job of showing all the box sets. The classic sci-fi stuff, which I showed before on a different feature, my ultimate wheel. Guys, check that out if y'all want to see more on my sci-fi 100 greatest hits. I mean, my greatest series of classic, I call it hits because they were sci-fi classics that we grew up on, and then they were classics that we also were raised on as a kid on our programming list. Now, each different region, depending on where you live, would showcase different sci-fi features, films, or flicks for your different geographical region, where you were from. Like on our side, we would always have invaders from outer space. We will always have Robinson Crusoe on Mars. We will also have H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds and stuff like that. They were always in rotation on our side. And I thought that the 100 greatest symbolized the greatest of the classics when they were out. And this is the back of it, by the way, to show you guys what science fiction theater is about. And there's a lot, guys, even though this is 100, but it's still nowhere near all of the sci-fi, because I have all of the sci-fi. And I have another, 29 gigabytes of classics that are not in this collection. So imagine that, guys, 29 more gigabytes of sci-fi, fantasy, action from these eras that are pretty much missing from this collection. Now, I know the reason why is because they don't have the rights to those, so that's why they weren't in there. It took me a while to figure that out. Why are they not in here? And I figured it out. They don't have the rights. So if you don't have the rights, then you can't really put it on there, can you? No. So, and then the same thing with Dark Noir. Let's get Hogan off, shall we? Report. When it comes to the Dark Noir, like I said, my favorites are, I have a laundry list of my favorites. And actually, guys, let me show y'all what I'm talking about by that, since we're going to do this. All right, guys, so I had moved everybody around already in a order fashion. And then she would go next out on top of everything else. So we'll go all the way around for the box set series. Looks totally badass, doesn't it? All right, so let's zoom in on the Dark Noir collection for a moment. I just want to show you guys what I'm talking about by Dark Noir. So I'll move this over to the side, and we'll just focus on Dark Noir. Now, on Dark Noir Cinema, to show y'all guys how long I've been getting this collection together. Now, this is 150 of the TV shows series, and along with some other stuff too, also crime, mystery, drama, and series, over 100 hours of mystery and masterpieces. I've been collecting for a while because I have DirecTV, and let me show y'all guys what I'm talking about. I decided to do a, because I had updated it to also, which was, I had used my psychology folder because I had actually had to move it over across on the side. But anyway, guys, this is all of the films that I have recorded already, and you can see the years that I've recorded. 2018 when this photo was made, and the name of this photo is called TCM Film Noir Classic Cinema. I already knew when I bought this classic Danger, Death, and Dames box set that I was going to add to that. So that's just a folder card, so you wouldn't have to use that one folder card. So I'll take that out. And then let me show you what I'm talking about on my handwriting. So apologize, guys, about my handwriting. So those are some of the wines that I want to order too also. And then these are some of the artists from the Film Noir collection. So now we're getting into the collection. All right, so we have Elizabeth Scott, we have Lana Turner, we have Loretta Young, we have Joan Crawford, we have Gloria Gabbane, we have Lauren Bacall, we have Maria Corday, and Marie Winslow. And on the back, I have more wine because I'm into wine a lot, and I just wanted to have it Paraguay line and stuff like that. And Chateau Michel is a very good vintage wine too also, because normally when I have this set up, I have all my wines put together. And let me show you what I'm talking about. Now also, guys, I have some features over here. So now we're talking Lana Turner right here. So if you see Lana Turner, I'm gonna do a special on this too also, but I just want to do this because all this goes on the same shelf. There's my Lana Turner there. There's Too Late for Tears. That's the Blu-ray. This is a combo pack. Just to show y'all guys a few of what's going on in here. And then it's Too Late for Tears. This is my ultimate favorite. I love the booklet. Yeah, so I'm really into my TCM. When I get into my classics, that's about it. I'm pretty much glued. And then we have from off of my Elizabeth Taylor shelf, because I also do have a special shelf for Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton. And I do also have The Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, and I also do have Last Time I Saw Paris. But right now we have Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. And they give it 4 stars. They should have given it more stars than that. This thing really rocks, and it's hilarious. Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton. Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. And then also Imitation of Life. See also. Lana Turner, which is another one of my favorites too also, and I believe this is the collector's edition. I didn't get a chance to show this off last time. But yeah, so let me show y'all the reason why I'm showing that the way I'm showing that. Now let me just organize them all. All right, so these are the stars that are on this entire collection that I was focusing on, which means that when I'm focusing on something, that means I collect everything of those stars that I like, that I think that's in order of having dark noir. Okay, you guys are following me so far? All right, so once we have the stars lined up, then we know where we are when it comes to everything, all the films. So guys, in 2018, these are everything that I recorded in each different number. Okay. This was in 2017. So as you can see, the years and everything that I'm going by, which means this is everything that was recorded in 2017. The other one was 2018. So you guys follow me now. Okay. Then there was a breakup during that particular time right after that, where I started focusing on Joan Crawford, Loretta Young, and Elizabeth Scott. As you can see, I had noted Too Late for Tears. So when it came out, I was going to actually get it. It came out. I got it. Okay, now you see how this works? All right, so moving on. This is the same year now. All this is 2017 when I recorded everything in here. So these are all going down of all that you see. They Drive by Night. I got to get this too, Ida Lupino. Man, this thing really rocks. I love this thing. And then there's another one too also that I wanted to get to also on this particular collection. But I know damn sure that They Drive by Night was going to be another favorite. And then It All Happened Suddenly with Anne Sarandon, which should be on this list too also. She's on here. And The Postman Already Rings Twice. To Have and to Have Not. Bogey and Bacall. Dark Passage. Okay, so now we're getting to the kit and caboodle of, I wonder what that is. Oh, The Stranger. That was Edward G. Robinson. That one was a part of this collection up in here with Danger, Death, and Dames. That was already there. And that also, I love Loretta Young, by the way, and Lana Turner, and Joan Crawford. So I already have this already, The Stranger. And what happened is that they did a side feature on this. And so I ran and got a pen. Actually, you can see where I made a mistake at, because that pen didn't even work, so I had to go get another real pen. And I had paused it. That's why I like DirecTV. I had paused it, and I was like, all right. So I actually looked up the year, and I was like, all right, cool. My goal was I don't want to be relying on the TV a lot, so this is why I wanted to collect them all. All right, so this is where we are now. This is the second collection when it comes to I call it Angels and Forcers Cinema. It's in 2017 when I done this. And these are all the trailers from that. So now we're getting into Sophia Crawford. Because these are all basically dark noir crime cinema. Okay. Now, this one's called Cyborg Nemesis, which is also done in 17. I call it my B-movie list lineup. I have all of these now. But this is when I was trying to get all these movies. So that's why I wanted to show y'all guys, and as you can see the date, how, when I mean by collecting, I mean really by collecting. Now, this one was an untitled sheet, because I didn't know what I was going to put on this, but I do know that it was supposed to be 14 on that. I just did a blank canvas on it. So I said, well, I'll just use this as a separator for the blank canvas to know to stop there. Now, Agent Red Cinema was in 2017 also. I was to have all these lined up. What I did was I made a trailer for all of the sci-fi, which comes from this sci-fi here. I just decided to do a retrograde sci-fi, and I did all these trailers. So when Halloween comes, I actually run all these trailers for Halloween. There's Moon Lee, Line of Duty 4, Dolph Lundgren, I mean, really, I was really into it, wasn't it? Silent Trigger, and I have all these on the shelf right now. So, this is the second sheet. This part of the Wu-Tang collection was the one with Moon Lee on it. It was a Midnight Angel 3 that was on there, and it was 127 minutes long. I actually had recorded how long it was because I actually have it on a file. Most of the times when I'm in here, I like to go by, like I said, I'm an independent film director, so I like to go by the times. When I'm editing or something like that, I need to know what time the entire feature is, so that way if I need to edit anything, I could run it across, or if I'm pairing these up with other features, people will ask me, well, how long is these features going to be out? Then I'll actually tell them, oh, it's going to be an hour and a half. So if you're looking at 2 movies, you're looking at almost 3 hours and a half for those 2 features to run. So I'm very, very organized in my collection room. And I believe this is the last list. Most of the stuff was, like I said, come from Cynthia Rock. And I had all her stuff hooked up together with Moon Lee and Dragon Lady, Cynthia Khan. I mean, all that kind of stuff like that. So it was basically like a action featurette with basically kung fu action, which I didn't get that collection. So what I did is I just made my own collection and started to move them around to where I knew predominantly where they was. So just wanted to show y'all guys. So like I said, a lot of writing and a lot of watching. A lot of writing and a lot of watching. Yep. So as you can see, I was very, very busy. And when I was recording, that goes on the top. And this actually holds all the paperwork together. And then these right here, I didn't show you all those. All these are on the shelf right now. I bought all these at one time. So all that you see right here is on the second shelf. Every one that you see a checkmark one was that it just came in. Not recently, but it came in during that time when I ordered them. This was 3 years ago when I had ordered those. And those check marks let me know that they already came in. And Superfly and Coffee and all them, I don't know why, because sometimes Amazon, they ship half the order and then they say, the other order comes. So, because I was expecting them to send this whole damn order. And they end up bringing half the damn order. So everything that's on this order right here is on this particular part of the shelf. And they are over here, scattered all around. As you can see, Hell Up in Harlem's there, Superfly there, Black Caesar, Cleopatra Jones, all in order. Vigilante, Bucktown, No Way Back, Women in Cages, Caged Heat, all here, all there. And this is this particular shelf. This shelf is finished already. Looks pretty badass, y'all. There's Coffee. There's Women in Cages, which was on that second one. And there's the Big Bird Cage and Black Mama, White Mama, which is there. This shelf is already finished already, like I said. It's totally badass. Looks awesome. And this is my exploitation shelf and Grindhouse, which is pretty badass. And this is the way it looks when it's all set up. Let's give you guys a slow turn. I know this is going to be a long, lengthy video, but yeah, I'm organizing a lot of shit. So I just want to go for y'all guys and show y'all what I'm really organizing. All right, so now as for the sci-fi shelf, I had started organizing some of them already. Just putting some of them, got the Doctor Who. All this is my classics sci-fi shelf up here. Everybody's pretty prominently over here. Tom Baker, I'm a huge fan of Tom Baker. We have Lost in Space. Just about all the good stuff when it comes to sci-fi in this particular collection area. And so I started putting some of the ones in order so far that I do have. So I have to reorganize this one next, and then once she gets all set up, everything else will be already done up. All right, so this is the Xena shelf where all the Xena stuff is already at. Game of Thrones, everything is on this particular shelf. It's already pretty much set up already. Got everything all pretty much organized on top of here. All my Game of Thrones is behind here. All my classic stuff, Legend of the Seeker, Hercules. Pretty much everything is already set up already on this particular shelf. And of course, you know, we have Xena on that side. So this shelf is predominantly set up. And then we have my pretty much DVD book of Spartacus and Gods of the Ring. Oh, this is the Game of Thrones section along with Indiana Jones. So that makes up that particular side. So got that already set up already. So that looks pretty much badass already. Nicely done. Nicely done. All right, so we have more box set stuff down here too. Also, Golden Girls, stuff that I didn't show before. All of them were getting rearranged anyway. All the Golden Girls, stuff like that. What's happening? Facts of Life, all that stuff like that. All this like primetime TV type stuff. That's my dinosaur collection. I like that. Who's the mama? Who's the mama? Who's the mama? Who's the mama? I like that. That's my love that particular show. Not the mama, not the mama. Everything's pretty cool. And our last and final shelf when it comes to putting it all together for the classic TV shows. So I just want to thank y'all guys. I know it's been a long, lengthy live, but everything worked out predominantly pretty cool. And I hope y'all guys had a fantastic time checking me out. Don't forget, check me out at Popcorn and Gore on this particular channel. And look at some of the other things that I do also have on here. Click that like button and subscribe, guys, if you like what I do. And feel free to check out other media on this particular channel, like when it comes to all of my TV show box sets, classics, and all that kind of good stuff. And y'all guys leave me some comments and let me know what you guys are watching and on your particular shelf and stuff like that. And don't forget, we had reviewed earlier Golden Girls. Gilmore Girls. And keep saying Golden Girls because they are right there. I do have the entire collection of the Golden Girls too also. And I had those reviewed. So I just wanted to let y'all guys know we're doing a reorganization of the shelf. And they have to go ahead and put the Golden Girls already set up and get her already set in. I believe she's going to pretty much go on that side right there. Actually, because we had the Cosby Show, and we had Sanford and Son, a couple of other things too also that was down here that I did want to kind of like move around. Like this one came out, just to show y'all guys a little bit. And Sanford and Son comes out, Perfect Strangers comes out. You know, it's like always a mess when you're organizing because it's like it's tough, but at the same time, you know, you kind of like really want to kind of get some things done. And you know, I had predominantly put some Pledge on the shelf that had it already cleaned out already. So we also have Benson and Soap. Benson and Soap comes out. Classic stuff. I remember everybody, we grew up watching Benson and Soap. It was pretty cool too also. I do also have All in the Family. All that stuff is downstairs because I do also have another big massive tutorial. So when you're saying box sets and when you're saying TV series, I pretty much have a lot of those. So that's why I keep referring y'all guys to watch my binge watch series at the bottom of this channel. And you guys will see all the stuff that I had pretty much had put on there before. But Soap was my thing. And Benson used to come on right behind it because they used to run these two together. So this is why I always keep these two together. Benson and Soap. All right, so and then Perfect Strangers was pretty cool too also. I thought it was pretty cool. I also do have Designing Women and all the rest of the good stuff too also. So yeah, I have just predominantly all that stuff. Will and Grace. I mean, just about all the shows. Good Times, Sanford and Son, just about everything because they own the secondary shelf, which I'll show that shelf in predominantly in a minute, and let's show y'all what that classic shelf looks like. So let me put this shelf together and show y'all how I organize it real fast while we are here. So and then let me see, we have A Different World, which is also one of my favorites too also. I normally have that running usually when we came home from school. These two were always running. I do have the entire series of The Cosby Show, so I had already showed that earlier on my last one. So yeah, I just about have it all. And yeah, Different World was always running. So and I'm going to show you how I predominantly have this hooked up. So that's my Golden Girls over here. So predominantly what we do is you're going to move Batman all the way over to the end. You're going to move the 70s show here to the end. Like that. And then you're going to have the Gilmore Girls come in like that. And it sets right next to that. And then right next to that, you would have like something like that set out like that. Depends on how you kind of want to work it and what particular shelf or order that you kind of want to have them displayed in. But 9 times out of 10, this is the order. The order that I do have already set was the order that I already pretty much had them set in. So it would be something like this, like that, right? And then you would have those over there, those right here, right? And then we also know that the Cosby Show and Wisdom actually comes on around at the same time, so we would have those put in order right here. And I try to keep them nice and have room for other stuff, so that's why you see a bunch of space in between some, because I do have others that they're going to be coming over here very, very soon. And then I do have a nice collection downstairs, which reflects what I'm having up here. So I just only keep up here what I'm predominantly watching. So, because if that was the case, I would have everybody up here, all the family. Shit, you'd be shit nuts down here watching half of this one. And then we would have take out season 5 of the Cosby Show sets. That, let me see, season 4, I'm sorry. And then we would have the Golden Girls, because that's my favorite season. That, and then, by the way, let me review that, since I haven't reviewed that, the Golden Girls. So this one is my favorite too also. So rest in peace of Betty White and all the rest who had passed away from this entire Golden Show. It was also my favorite. I do love the artwork on it. It was totally badass. Box set reviews. And this is totally badass. Okay. So, and I would normally face that like that. And I'll just make sure that they already are ready in order like that. So they will look like that when you're going across. Something like that. So let's move over to the secondary shelf of the one where the rest are. Classic TV series. Alright guys, so this is the 4th shelf of all the classic TV series. I do also have that already in line already of what you see here. Remember that Laverne and Shirley I told you I had in singles too also. That's a complete 2nd season, and then I do also have the other ones there. The Waltons behind that. I love Lucy collection. I had upgraded to the larger pack of our Lucy, which you've seen before. I had showed y'all guys. Oh, there's Kate and Allie, by the way. 1970s show that used to come out, by the way. I have all the Kate and Alleys. Lucy, good times. Let's show y'all guys a few of what I do have here. There's Petticoat Junction, which is one of my favorites too also, along with Bionic Woman and classic TV series. Dick Van Dyke Show. Okay, so this Fall Guy, just in case y'all guys missed it, Wonder Woman. Three's Company, Charlie's Angels, One Day at a Time, Good Times, and all that good stuff. So, yeah. And this is just a little bit of, let me show y'all what the other one, because this one was from that, the 2nd season was from that, and I believe this one is the 1st. Yep. So that's the 1st season, when I had those first before I got the big set of Laverne and Shirley. That was my go-to favorite when it came to that. And then I also have, only thing I don't have next, what I'll be ordering, the Time Life collection of Curl Burnett. I will be ordering that next, and then it should be sitting right next to Lucy. So I have pretty much all the Lucy stuff here. That big box collection right there contains all of the Lucys that they did have for us. The Time Life collection, I think that what they did was they had took out their favorites from the show and compiled it into the Lucy show. So it's totally badass. So these are all my gems, guys. As you can see now, what I need to stream for, right? And this is just like I said, nowhere near the entire kit and caboodle of what's going on here. So when it comes to TV shows, I'm pretty much running the tube, right? Right. And it always makes me want pizza when I watch that. Benson used to be over here along with others, but I moved it because I had to make room for Kate and Allie and One Day at a Time. One Day at a Time was my favorite too also, so I'll shut it off since we're right here. I don't know if y'all guys remember that. It's like this show, this sitcom show. It was pretty cool the way when it first came out. This is a complete first season. I didn't get any of the other ones. I have to pretty much come back around and order them because I think at that time I was looking for other stuff. And I think I started to focus on Laverne and Shirley, I Dream of Jeannie, stuff like that. So that's what that kind of took my attention away from collecting more of this one. But yeah, it's not a bad deal at all. And then majority of the ones that I did have that I was collecting, and I think I started Sanford and Son, Good Times, stuff like that. And then, like I said, they're on the secondary shelf. This shelf neighbors this shelf because it's on the other side. So the reason why I didn't want to have all of them together is because on this particular shelf is what I'm checking out on this particular shelf. So what you see here now, the others are on the other side because we show, so the ones the shelf we just went to the first time. So I don't want any guys to say, oh, well, why is it on the same shelf? No, because the shelf is not that big. So I can't put everything on that shelf. And I damn sure don't want big shelves because big shelves take up big space. So, because I have a lot of stuff going on right here. As you can see, I have a large container right there. It's going all the way across. And it has to hold all these media, okay? So I got a lot of shit going on in here. I got VHS going on in here. I got box sets going on in here. So, yeah, I need room. And then, as you can see, my Bionic Woman, that's sitting right there next to this particular collection, which is pretty cool also. And no, I don't want to upgrade to the Blu-ray because this one is good enough for me. Yeah. Didn't want the 18, didn't want Simon and Simon, but I do have different strokes. I also have all that stuff downstairs. I'll review all that later on. But if you guys check out my review, all that stuff is on that review, I believe. So, yeah. That's what I want to have. Keep it really, really tight, the Dick Van Dyke Show. So I was a huge fan of Petticoat Junction. So I do have all the petticoats pretty much lined up. And this is how the shelf looks when it's actually done. All right, guys, last but not least, but this is my Western shelf. I will be ordering more Gunsmoke too. Also, the complete collection will be down here. That's season 12, 11 and 12. No, I'm saying 10 through 12, I'm sorry. And this is my tribute to the Westerns. So I have to get this set up. The reason why it's a little dark is because I kind of wanted to make it dark because I'm going to light this particular shelf up. And I'm going to add up a whole bunch of Western shit down here to make it look really, really badass. But for right now, we got the hottest and the hottest of what I normally watch when I watch my Westerns. So I have a ton of Westerns. And I'll be updating the Gunsmoke collection to also adding more Gunsmoke onto what you see here other than just what you see there. So I'll be ordering that big collection of it. But this is one of those bricks out of that collection that I'll be ordering. So we got just about everybody over here. Sharon Stone's over here. Shit, I mean, we got Quick and the Dead. We got other stuff too also for another shelf we do have with a fistful of dollars for a few dollars more. I mean, shit, Gunfight at the OK Corral. I mean, this whole section is getting bumped up really good. So I have to redo another shelf from that. So what happened was at the end of every shelf, I would make a Western section at the bottom. So this Western section is going to be upgraded. Okay, guys, and this is the sci-fi action. That neighbor is the sci-fi fantasy, the one that you saw with Spartacus and all of them on there. So this is the second part of the shelf with all the rest of them on here. I told a story about this VHS tape. This is the last VHS tape that I actually ordered from the store that actually came in the jacket. I actually picked it out. The guy actually cut it down for me. So I had told the story how he just took the the VHS, and he cut it down and he made a jacket for me. So it was pretty much badass. And as you can see, this is the last tape that I rented, and I actually came in and actually bought it. Please be kind and rewind. So if you guys know anything about the video stores, you know that this is an authentic case, and I've been having it in this case for almost 17 years, and it's not even damaged or anything. And this is where you see I have it from. So along with others, because I had told the story The Wizard of Oz too also. All right, so around the same time, The Wizard of Oz, I had got that. So this is what place it's in, number 132. Guys, this is the only surviving tape that I had that survived out of all the tapes that I did have. I told a story about that too also. Because a lot of, I don't know if y'all remember this department store called Ames. And this is the 1988 version of it. So this is the exact same one that I got, that I had all those years. This is the only one that survived out of all those ones, out of all those years. And yeah, I'm just kind of like nostalgic about that, because I'm like, wow, this really, you know, these tapes, they really hang on for a lot. And then to know that I had this in 132 place, which is serious. And this is the only tape that survived off that shelf. This is when I really had real big shelves, when I had it where the shelf go all the way across, and each shelf can hold 100, up to 100, I believe. So what happened was, I had shortened it down, so it went from 99, 100, 101, 102, and all of that, and it goes all the way to 132. So this was the 132 place on that particular shelf. All the rest from 99 all the way up to you see 131 are missing. This is the only one that survived off that whole entire shelf. So I had told that story, which is pretty kind of weird. When every time I tell that story, I'm like, wow, it kind of freaks me out in a way, because even though I got everything back now, but it just freaks me out to notice that the Wizard of Oz survived the storm, which is pretty cool. And to notice that this is the last tape that I've read and actually walked out of the store with and actually bought in 97. So this was pretty cool. And like I said, the guy had cut it up for me and made it a ultimate tape. And he pretty much had everything all set up for me. And it was pretty cool how he pretty much made that happen. So I just thought that was kind of like, wow, you know, just to notice that and to see, well, what that was. Another one I do have from Blockbuster, I had the original sticker still on it, which is pretty cool. Some of these I already have reorganized already, but I just want to go with y'all guys. This is the sci-fi fantasy section right here. So I had upgraded everything. Let me show y'all guys what's on here, on this particular shelf. So then it goes to fantasy from here, all the way across to action, and then it continues over on the next shelf where Spartacus is. So everything is pretty much organized and ready to go on this particular shelf. All right, so now we're back to this particular shelf, which is where we started off before. Sorry guys, I don't want to make this too long, because I know it's already long, but this is the top of what's going on here. I just want to thank y'all guys for checking me out at Popcorn and Gore Gothic Grindhouse. Classic Universal Monsters section. Also added posters and figurines too also, which was pretty cool. Exploitation. Beautifully done. Still working on some of them. Classic sci-fi action with some of the goodies inside. Blu-rays of all the classic series of the shows, Outer Limits, and all that kind of good stuff. Just about everybody's over here. Outer Limits. Just about everybody's over here. All the classic stuff. The good stuff. Shout out to Lieutenant Her, rest in peace. She passed away too also. I also did a tribute to her too also. Lost in Space, which I had upgraded the collection to also to the remastered version of it, because at first I used to have the one on the corner. Let me go to show y'all which one that one was. I'm a huge Doctor Who fan. I have pretty much all the Doctor Who's. I'm a huge fan of just the first four Doctors, Thornton, you know, and all the rest of the guys. But I only like the first four Doctors. Yeah, so okay, so these go into the next file. So I'm gonna show y'all how I organized those too. Also, that's why I saved those out. They were out from last night because I had to dig from them. So this is how I organized those back. Okay. All right. Now that Lost in Space was this one. that was the first Lost in Space that I had before I had upgraded it to the Lost in Space that you saw, which was the remake of it right here. So I went from that to this, the remastered version. And then I also did end up getting the pilot of it too. Also, even though it came in this one, but I ended up getting the pilot. Sorry guys if I'm too close, but I ended up getting the pilot too also from that, the unaired pilot. And it was actually in that box set. So I was like, oh wow, since it's in there, okay, okay. That's not a problem. And then I started just adding more on because I have a lot of stuff that I like in here, and I kind of wanted to just have it where everything is kind of universal and kind of moving on to what I'm pretty normally watching. Did the Earth Stood Still, like I said, just a few of the classics to pull out. Devil Girl from Mars. I'm a huge fan of Patricia LaFont. I think she's cute. And aka Naya. All right, and the Green Slime, which is also my favorite too. Also, I love this one. It's a beautiful treat there. Actually, that's going to roll tonight too. Also, the Eliminators and America 3000 rode last night too. Also in the Time Guardian, but I had America 3000 hooked up with the Sisterhood, and then tonight there will be the Eliminators and the Green Slime as a double feature. So those two are going to roll tonight. Okay. Now over here I have classics inside of here where it's all of the Mill Creek classics. What I did is I just made my own jacket up and I added them in there. So what I did is I pull this out each time when we do classics. I call it my vault. And all these are contained, all the ones, Tales of Frankenstein, Lights Out, just about everybody's on here. Johnny Quest, I mean shit, you talking about some good shit here. Just about everybody. Captain Zero. The Phantom Planet, Undersea Kingdom, shit. Clutch Cargo, shit. I mean, everybody's on here. So I try to keep my classics up really, really nice to try to make sure I have a nice, good collection and organize them to the way I'm watching them. So, yeah. So it makes sense in a way for me to do it this way because this is the way I like to do it. And then, like I said, I had upgraded those, and those actually go to that. And then this is... Star Trek, which I do have Star Trek 2 Voyage Home. Okay, so that Star Trek continues down here. So now it goes to VHS from here. So there's the Star Trek right there. Search for Spock. I mean, this is the Voyage Home. The Search for Spock is on my other one. So I have that up there. And then just to show y'all, like I said, a few of a sci-fi horror. I did have them here. Aliens and all that stuff is on the other side. So this to show y'all what I do have predominantly. And then, like I said, I continue there. So, yeah, so I had to go over to that one to get this one. And then, like I said, it's more the sci-fi stuff. Abyss. I do also have Leviathan. I do also have, what is it? Was it Leviathan, the Abyss? I'm trying to remember the other one too also. It was pretty cool because it came out around the same time Leviathan came out. Yeah, anyway, that's my favorite too also. But I also run those with Red Planet, Supernova. So it was Leviathan and Deep Star 6. That's what it was, Deep Star 6. So all of them would be in that section. So yeah, and then we have Spaceballs. And then on to the Mill Creek collections. So I'm going to put this together and I'm going to end this video here. So this is where how that goes back like that. And then we also have Tom Baker that goes here like that. And then we have him in the middle. And then we have him on the end as the third season of Doctor Who. I'm a huge Doctor Who fan. My favorite is the She Devils too also. Sea Devils. And just like I said, I have all of them. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, guys, I just wanted to come at y'all guys with a little bit of an update on my collection shelves. And feel free to check me out. I know this has been a long, lengthy live. Don't forget, guys, click that like button and subscribe if you like what I do. And just showing off some of my boutique media collections and showing you how I rearrange everything and get everything all put together. So I hope this video suffices because I haven't done a video in a long time because I've been busy watching movies and stuff like that. So I just want to thank y'all guys for checking me out. And don't forget to click that like button and subscribe if you like what I do. And ask me some questions on media. And thank y'all for subscribing, all my new subscribers. And if you're on Facebook, check me out at Terror from the Basement. This will be it. And as always, keep the projector rolling and keep collecting, guys, no matter what. Media is on its way to the top, like how we supposed to have it. And I'm happy to hear that, and I'm happy to say that. Especially when VHS is on the rise. So I just want to take y'all guys out with a little bit of a VHS shot. Peace.